Introducing the Jumbo Collection from the Illinois Lottery, a new family of instant tickets where you can win up to $3 million instantly. Get ready to live large. 32-7-3-4 the paid crowd today. All bundled up. Cubs leading 7-1.
The Stottlemyers, Mel, and Todd combined for 302 wins.
Pretty solid.
Mel won 164 games. He was done at the age of 32.
Wow. Lucroy takes a strike. You want to look at the schedule moving forward, and we just need to get to the end of July 25th through the 28th and see if Sale and Arrieta will line up. I'll give you the rest of the half inning.
It would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Will be 4 games in 4 nights. First 2 will be at U.S. Cellular Field. Monday and Tuesday, July 25th and 26th. Wednesday, Thursday night here at Wrigley Field. Cubs win 10-9. Chance for their 3rd in a row today. Cubs have not lost 2 in a row this month to start the season. Only team in baseball that hasn't had a losing streak. It was a breaking ball. It didn't break very much.
It's kind of the irony of this outing from Youngman, the starter for the Brewers today. His curveball was probably his best pitch, and a lot of times it's tough to get the feel for that pitch on a cold day.
We'll try it again.
Arrieta with a win today would be 5-0. Sale already 5-0. He's got a 166 earned run average. Jake's right at 1 even. Matt Latos is 4-0 for the Sox.
Lucroy with a leadoff walk. Gabriel Strop getting loose. So 7-1 Cubs, but let's go back to the first inning for a second. Bases loaded, 1 out against Jake Arrieta. The Brewers had a chance to jump on the Cubs starter today. He got out of it. He struck out Carter and Neuenhuis. And we wondered if that would be the Brewers' big chance, and it was.
Yeah, that was their best chance to put a crooked number on the board and maybe change the feel of this game early on. The funny thing with Arrieta out there, even in that situation, you still had a pretty good feel about him getting out of it untouched.
Zobrist will charge. He's going to step on second. He's got time to turn it, and it has been a day to forget for Chris Carter, who would have been better off striking out again. Instead, he made 2 outs.
Yeah, that's the definition of a bad day there. When you would have been better off with the sombrero. That's a tough day. 3 punch outs and a ground into a double play.
Swing and a miss by Neuenhuis.
Probably not a lot of eye contact for the big guy when he got back into the Brewer dugout. We're going to pat him on the backside.
A couple of buttons undone there, and you got the background gold beneath the Milwaukee showing through. Topper that'll be collected by Cahill. It was a bizarre looking throw. I don't know if he slipped or what, but he kind of sidearmed it to Rizzo, and he'll be charged with an error.
And maybe that back foot kicks out on him a little bit as he gets ready to make this throw. A little more time to gather himself. Wasn't real pretty. A little change-up grip, maybe.
This is Colin Walsh, a switch hitter, pinch hitting. What's Joe's line? They're not all oil paintings.
Yep.
This has been a less than perfect game by both teams. Cubs putting up 7 runs, all kinds of walks, 2-1.
I like the way the ball's coming out of Cahill's hand here today, though. This is as good as he's looked this year. So that's his he missed there, but that's his game down there around the knees. And no surprise that Walsh worked the walk. That's what he does. He led all of minor league baseball last year in taking walks.
We will get a pitching change as Pedro Strop is ready. And he will enter with 2 men on and 2 down in the 8th. Cubs leading 7-1.
Save big at Bass Pro Shops Workender Sale. like the Ascend D10 sit-in kayak for under $450, Ascend dash packs for under $15, and save $30 on select Rugged Shark men's fishing shoes.
His trip to Mars is only one way.
He is the most interesting man in the world.
Adios, amigo. Stay thirsty, my friend.
Pet moments are beautiful, unless you have allergies. Then your eyes may see it differently. Flonase is the first and only nasal spray approved to relieve both itchy, watery eyes and congestion. No other nasal allergy spray can say that. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. More complete allergy relief. Flonase, 6 is greater than 1, changes everything.
It's the Hyundai call to the pen. Here's Pedro Strop.
On for the 10th time. Pedro, no wins, no losses, a 3.38 ERA. On Tuesday, he pitched and was a little off his game. He walked a couple and then allowed a 2-run double to Ryan Braun. So 2 runs charged to him in that outing.
Pitch to Yadiel Rivera is a slider over for strike.
There's just adding it up here. There have been 32 plate appearances in this ball game that have ended up in either a walk or a strikeout.
That's a lot.
Dive bomb by some pigeons up here.
Swing and a miss. That'll end the inning. 2 walks, an error, a double play ball. So a lot went on, but no runs scored.
Listen up, it's Ford Truck Month. This is the time, this is the place. And this is Ford F-150, the truck that goes toe-to-toe with your life. Made of high-strength, military-grade aluminum alloy that pulls the highest safety rating the government can give. And with a 360-degree camera, it's like having your head on a swivel, pal. So load up your crew. This is the time.
Get an F-150 with 0% APR for 60 months or $6,550 in total savings plus $500 Ford credit.
Huge spring sell-off during the spring clearance event at Feeney Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Elgin. Get our lowest prices on our entire inventory. Cars, trucks, minivans, and more Jeeps than we need. All with 0% financing available. Look at this 2016 Wrangler, just $299 a month. Or a 2016 Ram 1500 Quad Cab, $299 a month. Both with 0 due. Or this 2016 Dodge Caravan, only $16,997. Find it at Feeney. FeeneyAutos.com.
The biggest day of the week just got bigger because DirecTV is throwing you more ways to watch the NFL than ever before. With NFL Sunday Tickets, now you can stream every out-of-market game every Sunday, live on your favorite screens at no extra charge. Just when you thought game day couldn't get any bigger, now catch games at home and on the go. For the most live football action anywhere, order NFL Sunday Tickets, streaming now included, only on DirecTV.
Hey there, Luke Stuckmeyer in our Comcast Sportsnet studios with this Sportsnet Central update. Tonight at 10:30, Comcast Sportsnet has Draft Central for you, sponsored by Miller Lite. Bears pre- and post-game host Chris Bowden will be joined by former Bears head coach Dave Wanstead, former Bears player Alex Brown, and Pro Football Weekly's Hub Arkish. They'll break down the whole first round, plenty of analysis and Bears talk tonight at 10:30. Meanwhile, I'll see you back there with Holly after the Cubs game. Now back to Wrigley with Len and JD.
Tomorrow, John Lester takes the mound to open up a 3-game series with the Braves. Coverage starts at 12:30 with Cubs pregame live, presented by Fields Auto. Right here on CSN Chicago. John looks intense there. He's ready to go.
His game face on. Ben Zobrist greets Carlos Torres with a ringing single. So Cubs are taking all these walks, and Zobrist doesn't have one. But he does have 2 hits. And we're going to get a Cub debut. It's Tim Fedorovich. Just joined the roster today with Del Montero going on the disabled list. So a lot of Tim in spring training. He's off to a good start with the bat at Iowa.
Started in the Red Sox organization, broke into the big leagues with the Dodgers for a little bit in 2011.
Yeah, he ended up with the Padres after being traded there in the Matt Kemp deal, and then blew out his right knee in spring training, so he did not get to the big leagues last season. So this is his first action at this level in 2 seasons. Carter will not have a play. You get a look at Carlos Torres.
We saw him the other night. He's pitched to a 5.06 ERA. There's a lot of cut fastballs.
Two and two, so when Fedorovich gets behind the plate, it'll be what, the 3rd catcher used. Schwarber never did catch, right? I think he was scheduled to catch Hamill, and then he got hurt. Popped him up on a 3-2. I was going to try a new one. I haven't used it. Tell me if you like it.
Okay, what do you got?
We've seen more full counts today than we would at a European nobleman banquet.
What's not to like?
It's a little wordy, but it's my first shot at it. Here's Russell.
How cold was it, Johnny? It was so cold.
Well, my tried and true on a day like this is we've seen more pitches than you would at a corporate sales meeting. I got to come up with better material, or at least something new. Jason Hamill is on deck, because why not? Fedorovich, I guess, will catch the ninth.
Yeah, Baez, Soler, Caesar have all been used. Oh, it's Rossi spotting. Yeah, that is.
Yes,
that is funky. Caesar's in the 9 hole.
Another full count.
Some mental health AB for Russell right here.
Yep.
0 for 3 with a walk so far. Gets a knock here. Feel pretty good about his day at the plate.
And he draws the walk. Here's Hamill.
Yep. Let's see what the 11th walk.
But look at that. Cubs already 3 times have taken at least 10 this year. 3 such performances the previous 6 seasons. On the pitcher. I shouldn't say the pitcher, the pinch hitter. Yeah, you better get your hacks in, Jason. You've been asked to pinch hit, not pinch walk.
Yeah, you got to justify the move.
That was an awkward cut. So 2 outs. Caesar pops it up. This will reach the seats off of first. Evaded to right. Presley makes the catch. Inning over. Cubs strand 2. And we're going to go to the 9th. Cubs leading 7-1.
Hey, Chicago, when did paying for airfare become so unfair? At Southwest, we believe in transparency. Transparency means we don't dream up ways we can trick you into paying more. It's why we still let 2 bags fly free and don't have change fees. So our low fares stay low. Just the way you like it.
I joined Binny's in 1955. A winning team needs experience.
Nah, the Binny's team needs youth.
Guys, a great team needs both. That's why Binny's has been #1 in Chicago since 1948.
I should tweet that.
Rookie.
Taking the hassle out of yard work just got even easier. During the Echo National Sales Event, get a pro-grade Echo trimmer or handheld blower for only $149.99 each, backed by a 5-year warranty. But hurry, these deals will be gone before you know it. So take back your yard with Echo.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis?
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Get ready for an exciting Cubs finish. Brought to you by New Finish Car Polish and the #1 rated scratch remover, Scratch Doctor.
The hefty home run, courtesy of David Ross. He got all of it.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter. And on a day, cold, wind blowing in, didn't look like the ball would carry. That was just a vicious swing and a great result for Ross. And here comes Tim Fedorovich into the game after pinch hitting, and on the mound will be Neil Ramirez, working for the 6th time. Last time out in Cincinnati, he gave up a 3-run home run to Joey Votto. Two-run home run.
Fouled away by Hernan Perez. Arrieta looking to go 5-0 to start the season. A 16-5 start.
The 84 Tigers 25-5 out of the gate, something
35-5.
Yeah.
Then they got swept. 3-game series, but called strike 3, just on the edge. So 1 out.
So the Fedorovich is set up, and Ramirez hits his spot, gets his man.
Side on VR. Rich sends us a tweet. He says, how about Walter and Randy Johnson, 720 wins? Well played,
Why
sir.
Not, yeah.
Yeah, pick Cy Young, and as you said, any pitcher after him with the last name Young.
Matt Young, yeah.
He's in good shape. One and one the count. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air to deep left center. Fowler is back on it, and it's off the wall. VR's got a double. Had a tough day with the glove, but a perfect day. -1 at bat at the plate. He did strike out in the 7th, but 3 hits and a walk.
Yeah, I think he might be the third star. He might be part of the 3-star selection here this afternoon, the day he's had.
To Presley. Nearly hit him. It'll be a wild pitch, allowing the runner to advance. Tomorrow's game right here on CSN. Braves and the Cubs. 12:30 for our pregame coverage. First pitch at 1:20. Down back. Tigers beat the A's 7-3 the final. On a ball, Sanchez beat Chris Bassett. Francisco Rodriguez got the save, his 5th. Pirates and Rockies were cold weathered out. I don't know if it rained, but the temperature was in the 30s. Maybe snowed out. 5th inning, Phillies and Nationals scoreless in DC. Phillies are over 500. 11-10.
Yeah, they're a bit of a surprise team, aren't they? Got a real nice effort from Jeremy Hellickson in last night's game. Right hand red. He's either a twister board or a bag of Wonder Bread. I'm not sure which, but it's clever.
Braves will get in late. They play in Boston this evening. Michael Wacha will pitch for the Cardinals at Arizona tonight. And how about Jose Fernandez and Kenta Maeda? That's a good matchup. Marlins and the Dodgers. With Vince Scully behind the microphone. That might be the final thing I do tonight.
Driving home from the Bricks and Ivy ball, turn on the ball game when you get home. Interesting to note.
Three and 2 to Presley. High fly, deep right. Again, the wind knocks it down as Hayward makes a catch. A tag and score situation for VR. Presley with his 2nd RBI today. So he's knocked in both their runs. And the Brewers down to their final out.
One last chance for the fans to brew Ryan Braun this afternoon.
Swing roller foul. Ramirez fields. Cubs win. They sweep the 2-game series. 7-2 the final as Jake Arrieta wins yet again.
Yeah, we didn't get our back-to-back no-hitters. That was over with quickly as the leadoff man of the game got a base hit, but solid effort from Jake here today. Joe with an early move to the bullpen. And just a tough day for the Brewers pitchers. Ton of walks. Cubs take advantage and cruise to another easy win.
So Arrieta now 5-0. Youngman drops to 0-4, and the toast of the game, presented by Binny's Beverage Depot, goes to who else? Jake Arrieta.
Yeah, a little wobbly early on with a couple of walks, but at the end of the day, solid numbers again for Arrieta. 3 hits, 1 run. He walked 4, struck out 6. So his scoreless streak here at Wrigley Field comes to an end. His quality start streak comes to an end because they only went 5. But another outstanding effort from the big right-hander.
3 hours, 45 minutes as Cubs had another patient day at the plate. They took 11 walks. Chris Bryant hit by 2 pitches. And the guy who had the game-winning hit in the first inning, Ben Zobrist, is with Kelly.
That's right, Lynn. Well, Ben, a couple big hits for you today. I know Joe said it was only a matter of time before things started heating up for you. Are you feeling more comfortable at the plate?
Yeah, it's getting there. I mean, it's easy to do that when up and down the lineup we're getting a lot of at-bats and guys are all having great at-bats. So it's going to come along. Those of us that are kind of cold to start the season will get hotter as the year goes on, but you couldn't be happier with the way that our whole team has been playing.
You talk about it, you see the runs today, the wins keep coming. 11 walks is a season high so far for this team. Patience at the plate, is that kind of going to need to be the MO for this team?
Well, I think it's something that they struggled with a little bit last year, and coming in, you know, Theo talked about that to me. He said, we like the fact that you're going to get on base, take your walks, and you know, other guys have been doing a great job just having great at-bats up there. You know, if you have a good at-bat, you're going to give yourself a good chance to get better hits when you get the ball in the zone there, and the guys have been doing a great job of that.
I've been meaning to ask you, when you look at the character of this team and, of course, what you played with in Kansas City, is this group emulating things that you need to see in a world championship team?
Absolutely. I mean, it's so early to talk about that, you know, but we're definitely a good team. We're a winning team. We know that. It's a great chemistry in the clubhouse. We have a lot of fun together. So far, everything's been clicking. So, you know, we know we're going to hit some rough spots during the year, but right now we're just taking it one game and you know, playing good baseball as a team.
So 16-5 works for you so far?
Hey, I think it's good so far, but we got more work to do.
Great, Ben. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Guys, Ben Zobrist.
All right, Kelly, thank you. And a reminder, our toast to the game, presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. It is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. One other note, Cubs put up 7 runs today. They went 2 for 17 with men in scoring position, so that can be a misleading stat as well. We're back with you tomorrow, 12:30 for our coverage as the Cubs host the Atlanta Braves. Now for JD and our entire crew here at Wrigley, Len Casper with your final score. Cubs 7, Brewers 2, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Cubs post-game live is next.
Mr. Tyler, your Skittles portrait.
Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on.
Rock the rainbow, taste the rainbow.
I see a football with bat wings.
I see a wizard. That's his nose.
I see Lake Michigan.
Lake Superior.
Oh. Yeah. I'll give you that.
I see a wall.
Keep your walls looking like new with Platinum's No Prep, No Prime formula with easy clean, stain-resistant finish. Menards and Dutch Boy make transforming your world easy. Go Dutch.
I have a list.
Okay.
So, she needs automatic emergency braking, blind spot detection, and lane departure warning.
All available on the Elantra and Sonata.
And a better warranty than Toyota, Nissan, or Chevy.
America's best warranty, standard with every Hyundai.
Let's check in with the boss.
Okay. Sorry, excuse me.
We'll take both.
Hurry in and lease the 2017 Elantra for just $144 a month.
Just one.
seems like a great boss.
T-Mobile hit it out of the park. We doubled our LTE coverage to cover over 305 million Americans. And our new extended range LTE goes 2 times farther and works 4 times better in buildings than before. Switch to T-Mobile for major league coverage today.
Let's go. That's pretty sweet.
The starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls.
This is the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened in my life.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Audi, truth in engineering. Menards, save big money at Menards. And by Toyota, discover more in a Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com or your local Toyota dealer today. Let's go places. This is Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois.
Stella in the air out into deep left. Braun is back on it. It's over his head. Rizzo's going to score. It's 5-0. Arrieta conversion chart. 5-0 feels like what?
feels like game over.
Feels like a win. Fly the W. 7-2. Cubs beat the Brewers 4 series against their division this season, and the Cubs have won all 4 of them so far. Arrieta picks up his 5th win of the year. Hello and welcome to Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield, alongside Todd Hollinsworth. I'm Luke Stuckmeyer. Cubs patient at the plate, and with Arrieta on the mound, a winning recipe.
Well, great at bats early in the ball game. Certainly wanted to see them come out early and get something going. Put Jake in a position to pitch with that lead. We watched him do it so many times in a row. Get out there, take that lead, make that lead stand up, and it's exactly what happened today. You know, I think we set the bar very, very high with Jake Arrieta, no doubt about it. Coming in with the no-hitter, his last start. What was today supposed to be about? 5 solid innings. I mean, we're just going to leave it at that. I mean, we'll get into it, pitch count and whatnot, but again, a solid performance.
No back-to-back no-hitters. That was ludicrous. Time for our Elk Grove pitching recap. You see Arrieta there, 5 innings, the 3 hits in this one, but certainly better than Taylor Youngman was.
Well, yeah, Youngman had his issues, no doubt about it, but Jake, good. Go back to that first inning, got himself out of a bases-loaded jam. What really wasn't working for him was his 2-seam fastball, and that's really kind of what it became about. Couldn't find the zone with it, so what he went to was the cutter, and as you see right there, the 4-seam fastball, a little bit straighter and a little bit more velocity with it. That's how he got himself out of some trouble, as he was kind of working, through some control issues there at the beginning of the ball game.
He is our UPS Store taking care of business player of the game, and maybe that extra day off had a little bit to do with that, Russ.
Oh, it's very possible, again, but what's interesting is that you go back to the no-hitter against the Reds, and it was kind of similar at the beginning of the ball game, talking about finding his command and finding his pitches as the game went on. I'd almost be willing to say that if he were given another inning or another 2 innings, because of the score, they got him out after 5, but if he'd have gone back out there, he would have been just fine, and the final line being more than 5 innings would have led us to believe something different.
Second longest streak since 1900. He went 52 2/3 innings without giving up a run at Wrigley Field. That goes all the way back to July of last year. Did you ever see anything like that, even remotely close to that in your playing days?
No, not statistically. I mean, we talk about, periods of dominance and guys who had great runs and, Randy Johnson striking out 300, and, guys who had the ability to completely shut down lineups. But along the way, you realize what a big league team does to score a single run in an inning. And it is really as simple as getting a guy on base, moving him over, and then putting one in the gap. And next thing you know, that thing is gone. To talk about 52 2/3 innings, wow. It just speaks to efficiency, and it really speaks to, at the same time, the large number of bad at-bats that hitters are putting against him. What I mean by that is guys just have a hard time squaring him up, and there's just not a lot of hard contact.
Yeah, Jake Arrieta had the bases loaded in the first, but let's check out our Sports Authority play of the game. Then the Cubs bounce right back in the first. They have a chance here to get the second out. Hill goes over. They called this an error first, changed it back against Hill. But they would get another opportunity, and Ben Zobrist takes advantage of it.
Great piece of hitting right there by Ben Zobrist. Gets something to pull in the hole with the bases loaded. The Cubs got traffic on early. Dexter Fowler set the table. You had a Bryant hit by pitch. You had a Rizzo walk. Guys put together great at-bats. Really, when you talk about the offense today, it is in a lot of ways about all those walks and just giving themselves multiple opportunities to score runs. 11 walks today, 2 hit by pitch. The Brewers made 2 additional errors, just continued to give the Cubs opportunities to score. In all honesty, this was a 7-2 ball game. It could have been a lot worse.
All right, time for a break here on Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. As we head to commercial, to pay Cap's lofty salary, it's time for Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. Who's hot, who's not from the Cubs' next opponent? That's the Braves coming up tomorrow. Who's hot? Tyler Flowers. Remember him from the South Side? Hitting .310 right now, 9 for 29. Who's not? Kelly Johnson, 186 on the season, no home runs, and 11 strikeouts. We'll be right back.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
Hate shopping for a used car because you feel like you might be buying someone else's problem? Well, with a Continental certified car, you don't have to worry. Just look for this. Buy with confidence, knowing that the car has been through an 80-point quality and safety inspection. Comes with a 30-day, 1,000-mile warranty. And get this, a 3-day exchange policy. So check out our huge selection of Continental certified cars only at Continental Motors. 10 brands, 8 locations, thousands of choices. Only at Continental Motors and ContinentalMotors.com.
Great time for a shiny floor wax, no? Not if you just put the finishing touches on your latest masterpiece. Timing's important. Comcast Business knows that. That's why you can schedule an installation at a time that works for you, even late at night or on the weekend if that's what you need, because you have enough to worry about. I did not see that coming.
Don't deal with disruptions. Get better internet installed on your schedule. Comcast Business, built for business.
Canelo Alvarez is boxing's #1 star. Amir Khan has boxing's fastest hands. Saturday, May 7th.
Hard right hand by Canelo.
Unparalleled power.
Time first round for Khan.
Unsurpassed speed.
This is my time. Let's do this.
Canelo versus Khan, Saturday, May 7th, live on DirecTV pay-per-view.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you.
Call Adolescent Growth today and see how our proven treatment programs for eating disorders can begin to bring the sunshine back in the life of your teen and your family.
Please don't take my sunshine away.
Deep drive left field. Way back. Out of here. Might be on Waveland.
Welcome back to Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. David Ross, the home run, and he takes it out of the park, onto the street, and that was a real blast.
Great to see David Ross getting the opportunity behind the dish today. Great at-bat right there. Laid off a couple of tough curveballs. Youngman really wanted to use that curveball today to get outs. Cubs hitters forced him to throw fastballs. He got one there in a 3-2 count and jumped all over it.
All right, here's Joe Maddon's press conference, brought to you by Xfinity.
Yeah, well, Jake never really had to come in like he normally is used to. You saw that, I saw that. And Cincinnati started out the same way, but then found it. Today, I just thought 92 after 5, it wasn't really worth it. We had enough of a lead and enough of a fresh bullpen that I thought, let's just get him out. Why stretch it to 5+ in 105 or 110? It didn't make any sense to me at all. Different game, like 1-0, yeah. 0-0, probably, yeah. But under the circumstances, I thought that was plenty for him today. And then bullpen, hung in there really well. I thought Grimm was very good. Of course, Cahill trying to get him stretched out like we did with Warren. Not as sharp as Warren had been, but still got his 50 pitches in, which is good. And then we got another inning out of Neal. And I like the fact that Stropey only had to get one out and get out of there. I just for his own mental well-being, I thought that was a good moment for him.
Maybe already answered this, but yesterday you were...
The Honda winning box score today. The Cubs with more walks than they had hits.
And you know what? We've told that story an awful lot. Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo definitely get it done. Ben Zobrist, Tommy La Stella. I mean, everybody contributed today, but really for me, Bryant before leading the ball game, 2 hit by pitches, a walk, a base hit, set the table for Anthony, who had a nice day, a double and RBI. They set the tone early in this game and again continue to put together good at-bats. You heard about Ben Zobrist there at the end of the ball game. We continue to put pressure on the opposing pitching by putting together quality at-bats and taking those walks, 11 of them in this game.
We will be right back on Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield, introducing the Jumbo Collection from the Illinois Lottery, a new family of instant tickets where you can win up to $3 million instantly. Get ready to live large.
What's the most awarded car company of the year? Ranking from top to bottom.
Luxury cars seem like they would be top awarded.
Better be some awards behind what you're paying for, right?
The final answer? Chevy, the most awarded car company 2 years in a row.
Wow, it's like a luxury car.
I was shocked. I mean, it's like, this is Chevy?
For a limited time, get cash back for 15% of the MSRP on most remaining 2015 Chevy vehicles while they last. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
For small business owners, there's never enough time in the day. Carly goes from cooking for 3 people to catering for 300. Basically, we're her back office. Whether it's having flyers available at her venues, banners, posters, we'll be here to help tell her story. And she knows that. Carly knows that.
From printing to packing, shipping to marketing, together, there's nothing we can't solve. Go to a UPS store today to see how.
No thanks, I have X1 from Xfinity, so.
Don't fall for DirecTV. Xfinity lets you download your shows from anywhere. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call or go online today.
I used to like that song.
What would we be without our mountains? Without the things that stand in our way, that make us better? At Coors, our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. Lagered, filtered, and packaged cold. Our mountains make us who we are. Your mountains make you who you are. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
Honda believes that your garage is what you make it.
Looking good, Suzanne. So make it great with amazing deals on many Honda products, including the restyled Honda Accord. It's been on Car and Driver's 10 Best list a record 30 times and comes with a standard multi-angle rear view camera. The Honda Dream Garage sales event is happening now. Let's go. You got a garage to fill. Celebrate spring with a great deal on a restyled Accord. Now at your Honda dealer.
Cubs fans, show your team pride with Cubs checking and an official Cubs MasterCard debit card, only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC. Jake Arrieta has been spectacular. Look at these last 25 starts, 21-1, an 0.84 earned run average. He has been spectacular. No quality start today, but he still picks up the W. Welcome back to Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Let's take a look back at Todd's keys from the pregame show, sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield.
We were on our A game today. Pounce wanted to get on Taylor Youngman right out of the gate. Bad numbers in that first inning. 11.25 earned run average. Ben Zobrist picked me up right here with the big base hit with the bases loaded. It was important to set the stage for the day. Not to mention Youngman's had his issues. He's talked about it even before coming into this start. Struggling with his command, struggling with his fastball command in particular. Repeat performance. And we got to see some of this as well. Now, it didn't turn into any runs, but I expected an aggressiveness. Talking about Jake Arrieta, the opportunity to go after that second no-no, that was handled with Villar early. But we also talked about the aggressiveness of the Brewers, their approach at the plate, and putting guys in motion. They did. They stole 3 bases there in the first inning. They just didn't turn it into anything, and that was kind of what I was keeping in my back pocket. Doesn't mean you're going to score any runs. Braun factor, got to keep him in check. Ground ball, double play. Did avoid him there in that first inning and set up the 2 strikeouts that came after it, but also got him to ground into a double play and not much contact in regards to Braun. He's always played well at Wrigley Field. He is their big bat in the lineup. Kept him in check today.
All right, we're going to head to break, and as we do, we want to take a look at Chicago's best, the wins leaders. Look at this. 2 5-game winners in baseball. Get out and see baseball in Chicago this summer. What a treat. Arrieta and Sale, both 5 wins on the season. More Postgame Live after a quick timeout.
Make sure he's in bed by 8.
Sometimes I get scared.
Scared of what, Danny?
The things I can't see.
Got a weird feeling.
Almost forgot. In case anything happens.
Dad, I got this.
Honda believes in helping you use your garage to its fullest potential. That's why we're offering great deals on the things you'll want in your garage, like the Honda CR-V. The best-selling SUV in America comes with a standard multi-angle rear-view camera and plenty of cargo space. Great for transporting lots of stuff, say to storage or the dump. Hurry to the Honda Dream Garage sales event. You've got a garage to fill. Time's running out on all the great deals. Don't miss the event. Now at your Honda dealer.
Get your spring projects done with help from Menards. 60-pound bags of concrete mix are great for patios, walkways, or setting posts. Just add water, mix, and pour. Get 4 bags for only $9. Add the finishing touch around your home with new fences. The Asbury fence is maintenance-free quality aluminum with a limited lifetime warranty, only $39.99. Spring projects are easy when you shop at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Some things work better when they're connected, like your HD DVR. Connect it to the internet now and catch up on the shows you've missed, even entire seasons all at once. Plus, get instant access to over 10,000 shows and movies on demand. Connecting your HD DVR is easy and it's free. Go to directtv.com/connect to learn how.
Why jump out of a perfectly good airplane? Why not? Chicagoland Skydiving Center was voted the best in the U.S. with a perfect safety record, a one-of-a-kind environment, and round-trip shuttle service from downtown Chicago. Come experience the greatest adventure in the area. Chicagoland Skydiving Center in Rochelle. Visit us at perfectlygoodairplanes.com.
Check out the pitching matchup for tomorrow's game. John Lester on the mound against Aaron Blair, who'll be making his 2nd career start.
You got John Lester. These are all big games. I'll always say that at the major league level. I want to say it. You know, I'm allowed to say it now. Not as a former player, I can do it. As a player, you don't want to talk about it this way, but these are games you're supposed to have against the Atlanta Braves. They have absolutely struggled in all phases of the game this season. Went to, I think it was about a 2-week stretch where they didn't hit a home run until Freddie Freeman's homer yesterday. So they do not have a lot of power in their lineup. This is a lineup for John to attack, get after it, make pitches, and get good results. At the same time, going up against Blair, you're looking for them to get things going offensively and kind of maintain what we've seen so far this season.
Cubs off to the 16-5 start. Chris Bryant, a mild sprained ankle is what the Cubs are saying. He rolled it running the bases, came out in the 5th inning. He did go for an MRI. Again, the initial report, mild sprain. So we'll see more. We'll know more tomorrow on the pregame show about Chris Bryant, hopefully, and what his status will be for Friday's game. Cubs and Braves coming up tomorrow. Thanks for watching the post-game show. For Todd Hollinsworth, I'm Luke Stuckmeyer. Cubs win 7-2. The Catman is back in the building. He's here for Sports Talk Live. It is coming up next right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hottest team in baseball is on Comcast Sportsnet tonight, weather permitting out east. White Sox have to win their 7th in a row. They head to Baltimore to take on another team off to a hot start, the AL East leading Baltimore Orioles. Hawk Harrelson, Steve Stone, scheduled to have the call at 6. And all eyes in the football world are on our great city of Chicago tonight. We are just hours away from the 2016 NFL Draft. We know who will go first and second, but what happens after that? Will the love affair between Ezekiel and the Bears become a relationship? Or will Ryan Pace move down in the draft? We'll discuss, plus Hall of Famer Tony Dungy is in our studio today. Sports Talk Live starts right now. The 2016 NFL Draft is almost here. Our city is on the clock as the NFL has taken over the town for the 2nd straight year. Let's get started with our draft coverage, sponsored by Miller Lite. I'm David Kaplan. Panel for today's show from WGN Radio. He's the one and only Adam Hogue, former Chicago Bear, our guy Alex Brown from the Tribune. Teddy Green style, we call him KGB. And from the Sun-Times, he's the one and only Patrick Finley. Okay, let's talk NFL Draft. Alex, first of all, what is it like this day? You remember your draft. I think you went, what, 4th round?
Yep, 4th round.
What is it like this night when you're like, oh, God, where am I headed?
Well, we had 3 rounds when I came out, so you had to wait the whole day. If you thought you were going to go anywhere between the 1st and the 3rd, you were going to go the whole day. And maybe even the 4th, maybe you get up in the 3rd, you had to wait the whole day. There are some kids that aren't even, oh, you know you're not going today. So go ahead and go fishing or something. Go do something. You know you're not going to go today. So, but for me, I thought that I'd be, I looked at the Bears. The Bears had 18 sacks the year before. And I was, people see me as a sack guy, so I might sneak into the 1st round.
So how mad are you getting as it goes on?
When you start to see guys that you think you're better than, you think that my numbers are better, I play better. Just turn on a film. I played against better competition. The guys I actually played against are in the NFL, not the guys that aren't going to make it to the NFL.
Do you see dollars going by? Like, whoa, wait a minute. Well, how much money? It's got to be part of it.
It's part of it. You know, if you drop out of that 1st, you drop out of the 2nd. Now you're into the 3rd, and you're like, okay, just pick me, please. And now I'm into the 4th, and it's just like, all right, whatever. Whoever gets me, man, I'm going to make sure they get a steal on this one, So that's how I kind of felt.
It's got to motivate you, though. I mean, if you go through that and you see guys that you thought you were better than and maybe you lost some money there, it's got to motivate you when you show up to rookie minicamp the next week.
It does. It really does. And then what you want to do, in my eyesight, I wanted to make sure that Mr. Angelo and Coach Jaron didn't make a mistake. That's what I wanted to do, and I wanted to make sure of that. So me playing well had a lot to do with me thinking about those guys and making sure that they're the ones that took a chance on me. Even though it was the 4th time around, they took a chance on me, and I was like, you know what, I was very thankful.
All right, so tonight, what do you guys think the Bears ought to do sitting at 11? I have been very open and honest that if Ezekiel Elliott's there at number 11, you take him because you win with dynamic playmakers. What do you guys say?
I think that's the biggest obstacle to them drafting him is him actually being there. I'm not sure I'd move up to get him if I were them. They have so many needs. They can't be getting rid of draft picks. But if he's there, it's going to be hard to say no. And, people say it doesn't matter, but I think there is something toward a guy wanting to play for the team. Yesterday when he's talking about, I love the coaching staff, I love the atmosphere, he wouldn't be saying that unless he had a pretty good feeling that he might end up there. I mean, he's not singing songs about the Cleveland Browns.
Right, yeah. Yep. You don't want to pass on a guy who could be the next Marshall Faulk. That was his idol, growing up in St. Louis. Marshall has mentored him a little bit. So definitely take Zeke if he's there. And if not, Alex Brown convinced me in the green room, don't necessarily go D-line. They have a bunch of D-line and maybe shore up the offensive line with Conklin or Stanley.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I keep hearing that the defense needs help. We were 15th in the league last year. It's not like we were 31st, We're a pretty good defense. We weren't top 5 or anything, but we have some pieces there. As far as pass rushers, we got 3 pass rushers that we know we're going to have this year. Pernell McPhee, he's there. Houston, Lamar Houston's there. And then you got Willie Young. Sam Macho is going to surprise some people, I believe, this year. So you got 4 guys. You want to put more money in that position. So, and when you start to think about that, now you look at the left tackle, you see Bushrod, he left and went to Miami. Now you got Leno.
So Stanley's sitting there, you got to take him.
And I think that's the question. If Stanley's there, and if Zeke's there, who do you take? You know, that's my thing. I've heard other things that Stanley may be gone, but if both are there, I think that's the dilemma.
I can't imagine a scenario where both of them are there at 11. You know, it might be a reach to think one of them might be. You talk about the defensive stats, though. Vic Fangio at the end of the season last year said, you know, there was a lot of stuff I wanted to do that I just couldn't do. Because the players he had weren't good enough to do it. They didn't know his system well enough. They've improved their defense via free agency a lot. I mean, middle linebacker went from, what, the worst position, or, you know, maybe in the league with the Bears, to one of the best. But he still needs dynamic talent, and I don't think one offseason changes that.
No, and I agree. I tell you the one guy I would be willing to trade up for if he slips to, like, okay, 8, 9, maybe you want to make sure you get him, and that's DeForest Buckner from Oregon. I really think that's the biggest position in need for the Bears on that defensive line, and he's just a massive human being that can move blockers and get after the quarterback, and he got better each and every season. I think he still has upside. So, you know, I think it's dangerous trading away some of your later picks. I think it's great the Bears have 9 picks, but you also have to keep in mind, you don't win the Super Bowl just by having 9, 10, 11 draft picks. You have to actually draft the great players to be able to do that. And so, you know, it's much better to have one future Hall of Famer than just 9 mediocre average players when this weekend is over. So if you're asking me, would I trade up for a guy that I absolutely believe is going to go to the Hall of Fame or just be a great Pro Bowler? Absolutely, I would do it.
So you think he's going to be Richard Seymour? Because in a 3-4 defense, that's the only 5 technique I can think of that's ever been a superstar.
Yeah.
So I just don't see a superstar in a 3-4 defense as the 5 technique.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
But at 11, you're not hunting superstars. You're hunting starters. You know, very good starters.
I disagree. I think you're hunting a stud.
Really?
Yeah. You're looking for somebody to come in and play. If you can get
J.J. Watt went at 11.
Dwight Freeney went at 10. I mean, these are superstars.
And there are a lot of guys who didn't pan out at all who went at 11.
Terrell Suggs, I think, went at 11.
What do you guys think about Ashawn Robinson, who was the oldest-looking 20-year-old man I've ever seen in my life?
That's a guy I would be fine with the Bears having at the end of tonight if they trade back a little bit.
Right.
You know, if they're able to, and we heard Ryan Pace yesterday say that he has more than 11 names he likes there, and I think he made it very clear his phone lines were open at Hallis Hall. Yeah. So that would be a guy that, if they end up moving back a couple slots, adding some picks, I think that's a fine draft.
Okay, as a guy who went through this whole process, played in the league, if you saw a guy like Miles Jack there, because of the knee, he's a dynamic, some say a Hall of Fame talent, but you don't know how long he's going to be able to play on that knee. Do you trade down and see what's still there, acquire picks, or do you take a guy like that?
No, he's a top 5 talent. I mean, that's what he is. If he's there, if we didn't have, I don't think that's a need anymore. I really don't. I mean, you get Trevathan out of Denver
and
Jarrell Freeman to fill those roles. I just don't see why would you take this kid.
But is Jack better than both of those guys?
I think he's not better than both. I don't think. I think he's better than Freeman.
Better than one. Well,
I think he's better than Freeman.
And they can walk from Freeman next year. I think it's only going to cost them $1 million.
Right.
Like that. So they're not both locked in for 5 years or anything. Jack's my favorite player in the draft. I mean, he's 20. He's 20, and you know he's so dynamic. And you sit there and go, okay, 6 years from now, if you have microfracture surgery, what is this? This is worst case scenario with him, right? If he gives you 5 or 6 great years, that's worth the number 11.
Plus, show me a linebacker 5 years in a league that doesn't have a knee problem.
Sure, and I mean you can move him around. And I think he's perfect for the modern game too. I mean, maybe his biggest strength is coverage. And you talk about a linebacker. I mean, he's built to cover. You can get him on the field.
So in your mind, the number one need is offensive line?
I would love to see an offensive tackle, and I'd love to see a running back. I'm not sold on our running backs. I don't think they are. I mean, they were looking for C.J. Anderson.
Yeah, I'm not sold that we have a bell cow running back.
No, I don't think you need a bell cow running back, but if Zeke is there, if the bell cow is there, You run to the table. Don't take the whole time. Run to the table. Let's take him and let's move on.
Would he be the best player on the Bears offense at the end of tonight if they drafted him?
No question.
I think he is.
I think so.
Alshon Jeffrey's pretty good.
Alshon he's good if he's on the field.
If he's out
he's good. He is.
Let's be honest. It's probably Kyle Long.
It'd be good to have that argument. It'd be good to have all those pieces on the same offense. I say you take Zeke, but if there's a left tackle sitting there, I know you say that Stanley won't be there. If Stanley's there, I think that'll be one of those toss-ups that this kid is good. You got Kyle Long, you got Massey. Now let's do a little bit on that left side of the line and help that left side of the line. I think, and Leno, I think he's a guy.
Have you gotten a good look?
Okay player.
I think he's a guy.
Have you gotten a good look at Conklin? Because some people think he's the safest pick among the top 20.
I've heard that.
Solid.
I have heard that. I have not actually watched a lot of film on him, but I have heard that he's probably the safest pick.
Yeah.
But Stanley's, I've heard he's a technician. I've watched him. His hands are great. His feet are great. Does he get lazy? Yeah, but so did Orlando Pace. He got lazy at times. So, I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be Orlando Pace, but I think he is right up there with Kyle Long as far as one of our best
quarterbacks. The Bears, at some point, you do have to draft Jay's heir apparent. At some point.
You have to draft somebody just better than David Fales. I mean, let's not even talk about heir apparent 3 years from now. Let's talk about who's going to be your backup going into the season. I mean, unless Brian Hoyer sounds good to you, you're probably going to have to draft a kid tomorrow. I mean, not today, certainly.
I like Christian Hackenberg. That's the guy I would go
Adam Hogue. Adam Hogue likes Christian.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I'm on the other side. Absolutely.
No, I like Hack. You watch that tape from his freshman year when he's only 18 years old and he's working in an NFL offense coached by an NFL coach. And even then, he didn't have great protection. And he was pretty darn good. Now, I don't think people realize how much the coaching change hurt him. And I actually admire him for not only sticking around there when maybe he should have transferred, but also just his commitment to Penn State in the first place when you knew they weren't going to have a ton of scholarships because of the sanctions that came down. And he stuck with it. And he took a beating. 100 sacks, or more than 100 sacks in college.
Half of those were his fault. At least half of those were his fault. I have seen him play so much. He is so slow, so indecisive, and he can't shuffle left and right to avoid pressure.
But that
There's
stuff
no
can
way
be taught.
he's going to get.
But that stuff can be
taught.
That stuff can be taught.
Really?
It can be. You can be taught to read a defense. You can be taught some of these things that you're saying.
Well, I mean, he's good at reading a defense. I just don't think he's got the quickness to avoid.
Neither does
pressure
I'm telling you. Drew Brees doesn't have quickness. He moves slightly.
Okay.
Tom Brady. There's so many times I've missed this guy, and I can't imagine. I can't understand why when I watch the film.
How did I not get that guy?
Because he just moves here, and then you just miss him.
And to me, Brady is just, and as a Jets fan, I hate saying he's a genius at dumping the ball where it's not going to be. Downfield, where it's not going to be.
And that's something Hackenberg needs to get better at.
He always knows. Yeah.
But
I feel like Christian also, I've seen him so many times, totally inaccurate on throws where he has a decent pocket, and he's just not even close. And I've heard people say he got shell-shocked and start over, so maybe it'll be. Seems like a nice kid, big, smart, great arm, but I will be shocked if he's an NFL quarterback.
Well, even if you don't like him, how late in the draft makes sense to say, okay, let's take a chance on a guy just with those measurables?
Right.
Late third?
Yeah. I mean, Connor Cook to me is also intriguing because...
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Why not?
There's something about him, the way he carries himself, that I just don't look and go... That's the guy I'm hitching.
Does he remind you of another quarterback?
Some people are saying Cutler, but I'll tell you this about Connor Cook. Yeah, Connor Cook. Yeah. Yes. You want to talk about a guy who led his team in a lot of fourth quarter comebacks?
Yeah, he did.
He's a winner.
He's a winner.
And he's got a great touch on the ball. 5
years and he's never the captain. Some people say that's a big deal.
Yeah, it makes me. There's a red flag that goes up. Why? I don't want to know why. Why doesn't his teammates respect him?
All right, you guys have fun at the draft. Oh, man.
We'll do it.
You guys be good. Have a good time. Here's today's Jimmy John's freaky fast poll question. What should the Bears do with the 11th pick in the draft? A, draft an edge rusher. B, draft an offensive tackle. C, draft a D tackle. D, draft another position. E, trade down. To vote, CSNChicago.com. Updated results throughout the show. Order Jimmy John's sandwich delivery today. Yummy good, freaky fast. Go to jimmyjohns.com. Hey, much more football on the way. We're joined by a Hall of Famer. Tony Dungy drops by our studio, talk about the draft, his career, whether or not Lovie Smith will excel now that he's going back to school. That, plus the latest on the Cubs and the White Sox, all ahead on Sports Talk Live.
Sports Talk Live is presented by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers who know what it takes to be number one. It's all about drive.
Thanks for coming today. I want each of you to grab a 2x8 and cut it. You'll have 2 saws to choose from. You all chose the best tool for the job. Wouldn't it make sense to make the same choice when it comes to your truck?
Absolutely.
This is the 2016 Chevy Silverado.
Nice.
A good-looking pickup.
Incredible.
I love it.
Find your tag and get a total value of $9,000 on this Silverado Double Cab All-Star. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
We're here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate a remarkable car polish. New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and just wipe it off. It's that easy. And look, New Finish restored a deep, hard shine even to this weather-beaten car. We polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. Even after heavy-duty detergents and powerful scrubbing, the water still beads. So get New Finish.
Available at Pep Boys, Target, Ace, O'Reilly Auto, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Desátame de una vez. ¿Dónde has estado? Te he estado esperando por más de una hora. Al menos me hubieras llamado.
Jimmy Jones.
Se están comportando como monios.
Jimmy
Estoy
Jones,
enloqueciendo.
ayúdame, por favor.
¿Cómo quieres que
¡Pronto!
solo? ¡Jimmy Jones!
Jimmy John's, freaky fresh, freaky fast.
Kick off tonight's NFL Draft Night on CSN Chicago with Sports Talk Live, immediately following Cubs postgame live. A panel of NFL experts will preview the Bears' 11th pick, get live updates from the draft, Hallis Hall, and more. NFL Draft coverage presented by Miller Lite.
For over 90 years, one name means more to car buyers. Grosinger City Toyota.
4 floors of new Toyotas with free valet parking. Get a new Corolla for $158 a month. Grosinger is all in for only $158 per month.
Grosinger City Toyota in Chicago.
Tomorrow, 2 of the NL's best first basemen headline an exciting matchup on CSN as Anthony Rizzo and the Cubs face Freddie Freeman's Atlanta Braves. Beginning at 12:30 with Cubs pregame live, presented by Fields Auto on CSN Chicago.
When you hail from Milwaukee, Beer Town, USA, these are your celebrities. And this is your Hollywood sign. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
White Sox on CSN tonight to start a big series with the AL East leading Orioles, and will look to continue their hot start. Check out Stat of the Day, driven by the Chevy Silverado. They've allowed 53 runs this season. That's tied with the 1907 team for the fewest in franchise history. 16 April wins, one shy of a franchise record set in 2000, 2005, and 2006. Sox have 3 games left this month. Their 16-6 start is tied for the second best start in franchise history. Only the 1912 squad was better. Hawk and Stoney have the call, top of the hour. Chicago is officially draft town. The NFL has taken over the second city, and in a short while, the first pick in the 2016 NFL Draft will be announced. All the big names in football are here, including our next guest. 2-time Super Bowl champ as a player, Super Bowl champ as a coach, NFL Hall of Famer, does outstanding work on Sunday Night Football on NBC. He's Tony Dungy. You're a Minnesota guy. I went to Hamlin University and remember following your career up there, and you go from a very good football player to the Hall of Fame. How about that journey? What's your emotions?
Wow. It's hard to describe. You certainly don't think about being in the Hall of Fame, and especially being an undrafted player. I never would have expected this, but I had some great tutors and mentors. Chuck Noll and Art Rooney in Pittsburgh, and gosh, Lamar Hunt in Kansas City, and then, playing for Bill Walsh, too, and Denny Green at Minnesota. So all these guys I was able to learn from, and then had some pretty good players in Tampa and Indianapolis.
We were talking before we went on the air about how your coaching style, and I know Ryan Deem very well, and he said, you hear how loud I'm talking to you now? That's the loudest we'd ever hear coach, and we'd never hear him curse. And I used to think, how does he get guys to play hard? I watched Bob Knight and all these other guys.
How did you get guys to respond without being that in-your-face, profane, crazy man?
I think it was really getting the right type of players, number one, but saying, hey, we're all in this together. I'm going to help you. I'm going to encourage. I'm going to correct you. But when something needs to be done, you guys know what to do. You know what it means to hustle. You know what it means to work hard. I'm going to hold you to that high standard, but I can hold you to that standard by just having high expectations, and that's what we did.
Lovie Smith is now down at the University of Illinois, and he's a very accomplished football coach. He becomes a hot-button guy in Chicago sometimes with the media, but you have said you think he's going to be very, very successful there. Why?
I think he'll be good for Illinois University because of the way he does it. I think you're going to have a lot of parents that are going to want their sons to play for him. I think he'll do a good job of recognizing the talent in this area and getting guys there, and he'll bring that group together. He has a lot of the same philosophies I do. He believes in encouraging people and helping the players be better and building great team unity. I think they've done a great job, and I think on a college campus, he's going to be sensational.
The Bears pick number 11. I'm in love with Ezekiel Elliott as a football player. And I think he gives you the fastest impact guy you could stick on your team with Matt Forte no longer there. Other people say, take your running back in the 4th, 5th, 6th round. What's your take?
You know, to me, you win championships with great players, with dynamic guys who lift their teammates. And I think Elliott is one of those guys. And it doesn't really matter to me position. You get enough of those guys, you're going to have a great team. Bob Sanders was that guy for us, a safety man who was 5'8" tall. Dynamic player who raised the level of everybody around him. Dwight Freeney, Peyton Manning. Yes, so yeah, if it can be a quarterback, that's great. That's awesome because the quarterback touches the ball every play. But it can be a dynamic pass rusher. It can be a great defender in the secondary. It can be a running back who you know, you look at Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders, you know, what they did for their teams. There's Walter Payton, since we're here in Chicago, yes. Nothing wrong with that at all.
I had Bill Polian on radio with me last week, and I said, tell me how important Peyton was to what you guys did in Indy. And he said, I'm not just throwing this out there. If somebody had called me and said, I'll give you my next 10 #1 picks, I want Peyton Manning. In his prime, he said, no. He said, you don't understand. He was everything to our franchise. And I had other people say that's impossible. Nobody would not take 10 picks. You're telling me that's true?
No, not if you're trying to win right now and win a Super Bowl. He was that glue for us. The whole offense revolved around him. He was a great leader. He raised the level of his teammates' play as well. And I think I'd have to agree with Bill. I wouldn't have wanted to make that trade no matter what you get in return.
Coach, tell us about Gather for the Gift tonight at Standard Club.
Very, very exciting time. It's an organization that helps people get in that final process of adoption. And adoption is a special, special place in my heart. And so I'm very, very glad to be here. We're going to talk through how people can not only adopt and make a young person's life better, but how they could help others. Not everybody has that wherewithal and means to adopt a child, but we can certainly help those who want to do that and want to make a difference in a young person's life.
It's a phenomenal cause.
It's a great cause. It really is. And just being there to support people who want to help. Our young people need help. They do.
Before I let you go, I want to go back to the war room. If you're sitting in the war room, it's you and Bill Polian. It's John Fox and Ryan Pace. You're on the clock, and you go, I really like that guy. And the GM goes, he's good, but I like that guy. Who gets final say?
You know, if you both like if you like both of them, the GM is going to get the final say. But a great general manager is not going to bring in a player that the coach doesn't want. So those conversations are easy. The conversation that's tough is when the GM says, I like this guy, and I say, I hate that guy. Now,
like, oh boy,
what's going to happen? But usually you've worked those out before, and you've got it in order. And you know, you've discussed that. If these two guys are on the board, as much as I like this guy as a head coach, I know, Ryan, yeah, this is the guy we need, and let's go do it.
Last one. What would you say to players tonight who are all of a sudden going to go from college kids, don't have a lot of money, to they're going to have millions of dollars? Social media world today, if they make one mistake, it gets blown up everywhere. What would you say to them?
I would say don't change what you've done. Don't think that all of a sudden, because of all that, you need to be different. Be the same person, be grateful, be a hard worker, do the things that you did to get there. Don't feel like you've arrived. This is not the best night of your career. This is the first night of your career.
It's a great way to look at it. Don't let this be the high point.
Yep.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you, Cap.
Appreciate all your time.
Yes, sir.
There you go. That's the great Tony Dungy. More Sports Talk Live right after this on Comcast Sports Time.
When you make something first, you can spell it however you want. Miller Lite, the original light beer. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
Here's a tip. It's worth the trip to emetroford.com. See for yourself how affordable your new Ford will be at emetroford.com. See why Metro Fords are everywhere.
Metro Fords are everywhere.
Visit emetroford.com today.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch. Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy? Now with new Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
#1 rated Scratch Doctor, available at Advance Auto, Walgreens, Ace, Target, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Kirby! Kirby!
Some things work better when they're connected, like your HD DVR, connected to the internet now, and you can restart shows already in progress with one click, even reverse time, and watch shows you've missed in the last 72 hours. Connecting your HD DVR is easy and it's free. Go to directtv.com/connect to learn how.
We try to stay directly within the Fields Auto Group. Fields has a wonderful reputation.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields of the Fields Auto Group. We simply treat people the way we want to be treated.
They're as invested in me as a person as I am in them, and that makes a huge difference. It makes me come back.
It includes our free loaners, free car washes, and cafes. It's all part of the Fields Matters program.
I felt confident in buying because of the service and the fact that this dealership would stand behind it.
Fields Matters because you matter.
Bill Jacobs Volkswagen.
Online feedback.
A no-pressure experience from start to finish.
I was taken care of the minute I walked in.
5 stars.
Right now at Bill Jacobs Volkswagen, lease a new 2016 Jetta S for just $99 a month. Bill Jacobs Volkswagen, home of the $99 lease.
Visit us at Bill Jacobs Volkswagen in Naperville.
And online at BillJacobsVW.com.
These guys do such an incredible job, really.
Jimmy John's freaky fastball results time. 48% of you say the Bears should take an edge rusher with the 11th pick. Only 17% want to trade down. Thank you for voting. Order Jimmy John's sandwich delivery tonight. Go to jimmyjohns.com. That is a wrap for Sports Talk Live. A fun show today presented by the Chevy Silverado. White Sox baseball next. Big series with the Orioles at Camden Yards. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Introducing Comcast Business Wi-Fi Pro with next-level speed, coverage, marketing, and control features. Plus, Wi-Fi Pro offers what AT&T's Wi-Fi small site doesn't. Professional installation, advanced security, and millions of hotspots nationwide. Looks like taking your business to the next level starts with ditching AT&T. Give your business an edge with Comcast Business Wi-Fi Pro. Comcast Business, built for business.
Thanks for coming today. I want each of you to grab a 2x8 and cut it. You'll have 2 saws to choose from. You all chose the best tool for the job. Wouldn't it make sense to make the same choice when it comes to your truck?
Absolutely.
This is the 2016 Chevy Silverado.
Nice.
A good-looking pickup.
Incredible.
I love it.
Find your tag and get a total value of $9,000 on this Silverado Double Cab All-Star. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
40 years ago, they thought it was impossible to brew a great-tasting light beer. So we got to brewing and told them to sip on this. The original light beer. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
Wow, take a look at the size of that Powerball grand prize. And you know, anything's possible.
Tomorrow, Two of the NL's best first basemen headline an exciting matchup on CSN as Anthony Rizzo and the Cubs face Freddie Freeman's Atlanta Braves. Beginning at 12:30 with Cubs pregame live, presented by Fields Auto on CSN Chicago.
Sportsnet Central every night at 6:30, 10, 10:30, and midnight.
We're here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate a remarkable car polish. New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and just wipe it off. It's that easy. And look, New Finish restored a deep, hard shine even to this weather-beaten car. We polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. Even after heavy-duty detergents and powerful scrubbing, the water still beads. So get New Finish.
Available at Advance Auto, Target, Home Depot, Walgreens, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
For over 90 years, one name means more to car buyers. Grosinger City Toyota.
4 floors of new Toyotas with free valet parking. Get a new Corolla for $158 a month. Grosinger is all in for only $158 per month.
Grosinger City Toyota in Chicago.
Coming to you from Oriole Park at Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland, where tonight Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. Jose Abreu, Todd Frazier, Brett Laurie, and our Sox as they get set to butt heads with Adam Jones and Buck Showalter's tough Baltimore Orioles. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Harrelson with Steve Stone as we get set to bring you the first of this big 4-game set. As you know, this is a 7-game road trip. Sox coming out of Toronto last night where they swept that ball club, and that's tough to do up there, as you well know. But the Sox right now, well, they're the hottest team in the American League.
They're doing everything right. They're hitting the ball, they're catching the ball, they're certainly throwing the ball. The pitching has been magnificent, but in the 6-game winning streak, there are a couple of hitters that stepped up and got the job done. Todd Frazier, one of them. This a home run against Texas. That's a good Texas ball club that got swept in U.S. Cellular Field. And Deanna Navarro. This was his first of 2 home runs this year and a big triple yesterday, so Deanna's getting the job done. Then Austin Jackson. This turned out to be a triple. We saw another one yesterday, and Jackson is swinging the bat very well at the bottom part of the order. So although everybody in the order is doing well, these 3 are doing particularly well. See the 2 home runs and 7 RBIs during the winning streak for Navarro. Todd Frazier hit a home run, driven in 5 during the winning streak, and Austin Jackson 8 for 20, 4 doubles, 3 driven in. So right now the Sox are clicking on all cylinders, and they have the most wins in the American League.
Well, we also have a 10-3 road record, but these guys right here are tough to beat in this ballpark.
They are very difficult. They're 7-1 at home. They're just adequate on the road, but something about Camden Yards brings out the best in them, and they've got some guys who can hit the ball out of the ballpark. Chris Davis hits this ball a mile. All Archer can do is look up. Manny Machado, who's playing a great defense, is also hitting the baseball very well. And then the new addition, Mark Trumbo, who's got big power to right center, takes this one out in left center at Fenway. So you look at the Orioles, and these guys, if you make a mistake, they're going to hurt you. And the threesome of Davis, Trumbo, and Machado, just about as hot as anybody in baseball, especially hitting the ball out of the ballpark. So it's up to Johnny Danks tonight to throw the ball as well as he possibly can. And last time out against the Angels, although control wasn't there, he did give up a 2-run home run to Mike Trout. That was the only blemish on that record in 6 innings, a radical departure from the previous 2 starts. And Johnny needs a gem tonight. And the Sox, winners of 6 in a row, hoping to secure first place, 3.5-game lead over Kansas City.
All right, first of 4 with 2 good ball clubs. So sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
What he's done for this organization. We're all proud and happy to have him as a coach. Taves in there, short-handed. He scores! Pass finds Kane for the goal. He scores! Bang!
Honda believes in helping you use your garage to its fullest potential.
That's why we're offering great deals on the things you'll want in your garage, like the Honda CR-V. The best-selling SUV in America comes with a standard multi-angle rear-view camera and plenty of cargo space. Great for transporting lots of stuff, say to storage or the dump. Hurry to the Honda Dream Garage sales event. You've got a garage to fill. Time's running out on all the great deals. Don't miss the event. Now at your Honda dealer.
Time has come today at Willowbrook and Berwyn Kia. Now's the time to save. For a very limited time, Willowbrook and Berwyn Kia announce triple time savings. Drive a brand new Kia Forte, Kia Soul, or Kia Rio. Your choice. Only $12,795 or $149 per month. And bad credit is no problem because we own the bank. We look at your future, not your past. Time to get approved at Willowbrook Kia and Berwyn Kia, both just north of I-55.
If you like your car shopping quick and easy, there's only one place to go. HogAuto.com. Shop over 2,000 vehicles. Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Volkswagen, Cadillac, Subaru, and Mazda. And a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles. All at Chicagoland's lowest prices and now in 8 convenient locations. It just doesn't get any easier than that. Save money, save time online. HogAuto.com.
Welcome to Wrigley Field. And it is gone! We're tied! Rizzo gets on the top. He makes the catch. Cubs win! Cubs win! Cubs win!
Tomorrow, Jose Abreu powers the good guys attack in Game 2 of the series, while Adam Jones leads the O's. Something's got to give. White Sox, Orioles, tomorrow at 6 on CSN. White Sox baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by Toyota. Discover more in a Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com or your local Toyota dealer today. Let's go places. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Audi. Truth in engineering. And by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Welcome back to beautiful Camden Yards, and I would like to tell you it's a beautiful night for baseball, but it's not. It's very chilly. It's very damp. But there will be baseball as the rains have gone away. It rained awfully hard this afternoon, so let's take a look at how Robin is going to line up our Sox for the game tonight. Adam Eaton leading it off with Jimmy Rollins in the 2 spot. Then it's Jose Abreu, Todd Frazier, Melky Cabrera, who's off to a very good start with Brett Lawrie, Avi Garcia, Hector Sanchez getting his first start, Austin Jackson, who's been heating it up lately in the 9 spot playing center field. The defense for Buck Showalter's Orioles. Nolan Reimold in left field. Adam Jones in center and Joey Reichert in right. That's Manny Machado, J.J. Hardy, Jonathan Scope, Chris Davis with Caleb Joseph behind the plate, and our Lexus Pursuing Perfection starting pitcher is Tyler Wilson. Tyler's got to move the ball around. He's not overpowering, but he's made 4 appearances, 1 start, 1-0, the fine ERA of .277, and as you can see, he's not going to strike out a lot of people. He will pitch to contact, but he also has great control. The umpires for the game tonight: Corey Blazer behind the plate, Sam Holbrook at first, Carlos Torres at second, and the crew chief, Jerry Davis, is at third. So the Orioles, who have dominated at home, they're 7-1 in this ballpark. Back off a road trip. We are fresh from Toronto and a 6-game winning streak on the line. So we're ready to play baseball. I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
Hi, Stoney. Thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. As the first pitch of the ball game from a 26-year-old right-hander out of Lynchburg, Virginia. Tyler, 6'2", 185 pounds. And that has popped up left side. Long way to go, but he's there. Nolan Reimold. So with 1 out, let's check out our picks to click. Demand Joe, director and crew, went with Jimmy. Steve's going with Adam Eaton and J.J. Shiro. David Novak and I, we're going to go with Melky Cabrera. innings, hitting at .242 with a homer and 4 knocked in. Sox come in with a .238 team batting average, but it's that old saying, don't tell me what you hit, tell me when you hit it. That .238 has been very productive at the right time.
And it's been, for the most part, late in the ball game. When you score late, you usually win your share.
Yeah, the 7th inning has been a nice inning for our guys. And it's quickly 2 down. So here's Abreu. These two clubs met 6 times last season and split them.
Last year, Wilson was up briefly. He was 2-2. His ERA a fine .350. He made 5 starts of his 9 appearances and got the ball over the plate. He was, the last few years, a man judged to have the best control in the entire organization. So odds are he's not going to walk too many.
Well, he seems to be a very cerebral young man. He wants to be an orthopedic surgeon. And was the winner of the most outstanding senior student athlete in the NCAA Division I baseball.
I'd say that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is.
He's going to throw some sliders. He's going to move the ball in and out, and more importantly, and we've heard a lot of this year, he's going to move it up and down. So changing eye levels has been one of the catchphrases of the last 3 or 4 years. Wilson will do that.
Hit hard. Well, we were talking with Hall of Famer Jim Palmer, 8-time 20-game winner, 3-time Cy Young Award winner prior to the game. And I mentioned Jim, the way he pitched, he was a high fastball, big curveball pitcher. The way he pitched, he would probably won more games today than he did when he was playing, only because of the fact when he was pitching, everybody was a good high fastball hitter. Today, they're better low ball hitters.
Well, much better, and the umpires are calling the ball down because without the balloon chest protector, and many of you don't remember that, but the umpire used to stand almost straight up behind the catcher. Now he's in the slot. He's between the catcher and the hitter, and he's down a lot lower.
Machado, that's a fair ball. The high throw, that's going to be a base hit. Machado is yet to commit an error this season. In fact, Machado, Hardy, and Scope, none of them have an error. The only 2 errors on the infield by Chris Davis.
I talked with Buck Showalter before the game, and he was extolling the virtues of Manny Machado. He said that he didn't see a whole lot of Brooks Robinson. He did see him, but he said some of the plays that Machado has made the last few years have been unbelievable.
Well, Brooks Robinson was a teammate of Jim Palmer, and Jim says that Machado is a better third baseman.
Could very well be. He probably was a lot quicker. And Machado swings a big bat. Brooks swung a bat.
Todd can't get it. Comes in at .235, 5 homers, but 13 RBIs, and a lot of them big. Sox 10-3 on the road this year. That's the best road start since 2005.
So the first pitch, a high cutter, that time low. Again, changing eye levels. Up, down, and it'll work in and out. Girls have spent each and every day of this season in or tied for first place.
And I believe that was the first 2-strike base hit given up by Tyler Wilson this year to Abreu, the infield single.
That's true. He had 11 straight innings where he didn't give up a 2-strike hit, which is somewhat amazing.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch! Get on back there. Raimo looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! Just one-handed it out of here. Had him out in front on that front leg, and it is 2-0 Sox.
6th home run, 15th driven in. And Todd Frazier, who's gotten timely hits, he's gotten big hits. And our forward home run replay, it's a breaking ball that comes up spinning, doesn't have a lot of break on it, but in this ballpark, you can't afford any mistakes. The ball just flies out of here, doesn't matter the temperature, and it's gone.
Nice to be that strong.
That's also the first run scored off Tyler Wilson in the first inning. In this, his 7th consecutive start. It's the first time anybody scored off him. Gio Gonzalez has the longest active streak with 24.
Melky. 0-2 the count. Melky's had some big hits for us. Hitting at .312, couple of homers. And there's a little nubber. Got plenty of time. But the 2-run homer by Todd Frazier and his 2-0 good guys.
It's our firm belief that corners are meant to be hugged, not cut. Luxury without compromise. The Audi A3, starting at $30,900. Experience uncompromised luxury at your local Audi dealer.
T-Mobile hit it out of the park. We doubled our LTE coverage to cover over 305 million Americans. And our new extended range LTE goes 2 times farther and works 4 times better in buildings than before. Switch to T-Mobile for major league coverage today.
When you hail from Milwaukee, Beer Town, USA, these are your celebrities. And this is your Hollywood sign. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
We're here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate a remarkable car polish. New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and just wipe it off. It's that easy. And look, New Finish restored a deep, hard shine even to this weather-beaten car. We polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. Even after heavy-duty detergents and powerful scrubbing, the water still beads. So get New Finish.
Available at Pep Boys, Target, Ace, O'Reilly Auto, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Let's take a look at how Buck Showalter is going to line up his Orioles for the game tonight. Joey Rickard leading off, then Manny Machado, Chris Davis, and it's Trumbo, Jones, who struggled but not against our Sox, Hardy, Raimo, Scope, and Joseph rounded out. The defense, and how they'll line up behind Johnny Danks, who's got a 2-run lead. Cabrera, Jackson, and Eaton in the outfield with Frazier, Rollins, Laurie, and Abreu in the infield. Hector Sanchez behind the plate, and our Lexus Pursuing Perfection starting pitcher is Johnny Danks.
And here's Rickard. Hit a 3-run homer. Matt Moore last night. Our guys got in from Toronto around 2 o'clock, and Orioles were playing Tampa Bay down in St. Pete. So a tough schedule for both teams coming after night games.
So they got in a little later than we did. You got to watch this guy because of his great speed, because he's got 5 infield hits. That leads the major leagues. So you can't play him too deep.
Well, here's a nice example. A 2-run homer. Johnny, last time out, just threw the 2-run homer to Mike Trout. 6 innings, gave up just the two runs. But all of a sudden, all year he's been struggling. Now all of a sudden he's going to go out there with 2 on the board behind him. Makes that play just a little wider for him.
And he's got his work cut out for him because this team has some bombers.
Yeah, they can hit. This is a very, very strong offensive team. They have 28 home runs. We have 21. Todd's got it. 1 out.
Nice comeback for Johnny Danks as he fell way behind and battled his way back into the count and got the ground ball.
Machado at .325, 6 homers, 11 knocked in. Last year, he had 35 home runs.
That last pitch is a pitch that John has got to have. A good piece of the strike zone, and he threw him a good change and evened up the count.
Machado 2 for 9 lifetime off base. That's one thing that Danks cannot afford to do. Walk guys.
Not with this lineup, with Davis and Trumbo coming up, and Jones eventually is going to hit home runs. He's only hit one, but he's been banged up.
You can, when you get a team like this, you cannot walk them and you cannot give them extra outs in an inning.
And the Sox knew that these 3 series back to back to back were going to be tough. Texas, Toronto, Baltimore all can hit.
In the last 7 games of those 3 series, tough series on the road.
Yep. So far, John has fallen behind all 3 hitters.
Well, he's got to turn that around or it's going to be a short night. Davis with a 2-0 count.
Got to get the ball inside on him, throw it under his hands, then he has some problems. If you keep pitching him on the outer third, he's going to wind up hurting you.
So here they come. He's falling behind the hitters. He walks one, and it was the 2-0 base hit.
That pitch was out away from Davis and down, which is his sweet spot. Fortunately, he didn't get it up.
Well, not many guys you can say their wheelhouse is down and away, but it is with Chris Davis.
Hits this ball hard, and Austin put the glove up in case Machado was thinking about going to third, which he was not.
So here's a hot bat in this lineup. .359, 5 homers, 17 driven in. Mark Trumbo. Big, strong, and he can go anywhere deep.
Get as much power to the opposite field as maybe anybody in the league. You might remember him from his days with the Angels. He also spent some time in Arizona, and last year, part of the year in Seattle.
Now he was the only Angel rookie to ever lead the club in home runs and RBIs in a season. Here's a strike. He has 136 in his career. 36 home runs. Gap out there in left center. Upstairs, chased it, hung on to by Sanchez. He gone. 2 down.
Good change of eye levels as he throws one up and out of the zone, and even though he did get a piece of it, as he looks back, Sanchez was able to hang on, and so 1 out away from getting out of the inning, preserving that lead, but a very tough man who happens not to be hitting standing in his way.
No, it's hard to hit when you're healthy. Doubly hard to hit when you got bad ribs. Adam at 196 with 1 homer. And he takes ball 1.
Jones acquired very early in his career from Seattle in a huge trade involving Eric Bedard. Very heavy Baltimore on that trade. They got by far the best of it.
Adam last year, 27 homers, 82 knocked in, and catches everything out there, center, right center, and left center.
He doesn't walk. Last year he walked just 24 times, so he's a man who dearly loves to swing the bat. Good change up low and away, probably gets him.
Here's a hard high, a slow low. That ball hit hard, and he's not going to be able to get out of it. The walk. The 2-0 single in the game. Here's the throw to the plate. Yes! Beautiful relay. And they get him at home. Boy, what a beautiful, beautiful relay. But they do come up with one, and it's a 2-1 Sox lead.
Everybody is born tonight. They're all watching reruns tonight.
Yeah, not us.
Nah, no reruns here.
Yeah, we have X1 from Xfinity.
Everybody crochet tonight.
I think we'll just stick with our TV shows.
Don't fall for DirecTV. Get 4 times more TV shows and movies on demand with Xfinity. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call or go online today.
When you call one, you call them all.
Get $3,500 combined cash allowance plus $500 bonus cash or 0% APR for 60 months on the 2016 Dodge Grand Caravan.
Your deck should be a place to relax, not make extra work for you. So choose Ultra Deck Low Maintenance Natural Composite Decking from Menards. It can be installed with either a wood grain or brushed finish in 8, 12, and 16-foot lengths. 89 cents a linear foot. Accent your new deck and garden paths with this 6-pack of Ball Art Low Voltage LED lights, only $69.97. A 4-pack of Palm Island LED path lights is just $79.99. Enjoy spring with savings from Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Time now for our Xfinity high-speed action replay, and this is just flat-out good defense. The relay throw to Rollins. He gets it to Sanchez, and he puts the tag on. So Davis cannot score. It scored 8-6-2. It took 2 very good relay throws and a pretty good tag on the other end. So they took another look at it in the dugout. Buck Showalter then motioned to Corey Blazer. Play on.
So Brett Laurie will lead it off. Javi Garcia. And then Hector Sanchez.
John made 6 pitches behind in the count in that first inning. One of the reasons why the Orioles were able to score.
Well, that's not going to work.
No, he's got to stay on top and then get him out of the strike zone.
Here is Laurie. First pitch strike. We're at 266. To the count. First of 4 if you're just tuning in here in Baltimore. And it's not chilly, it's cold.
It is that. They said 48 at game time. However, because of the dampness, it feels a whole lot cooler than that. Last time out, Wilson threw his fastball for strikes 85% of the time, which is somewhat amazing. But because he's not overwhelming his fastball anywhere from 89 to 91, he can't really miss his spot too often. And the reason he's in the major leagues is he doesn't miss his spot that often.
So here's Avi.
He started swinging the bat very well in Toronto. Looked like he was hitting the pitches inside and outside.
Slices that one, Souvenir right side. Orioles averaging 19,973.
I know you hit in the old Memorial Stadium here. That wasn't a great place to hit. How would you have liked to have hit here?
Well, the main reason old Memorial Stadium wasn't a great place to hit is because of the pitching staff.
That and their fielders, yeah.
This is the hitter's paradise right here. I mean, this is just, if you're have any kind of strength at all, you got no problems going out anywhere in this ballpark.
364 to the power alley in left center field. Guys can just flip it out of there.
Well, the biggest thing is the short wall. When you got short walls, home run hitters love it. And there's good at bat. Walk. And here comes Hector Sanchez, making his first plate appearance. Yeah, that old Memorial Stadium, what was it, 309 down the lines?
It was, but it went out rather quickly, and because of the heavy humidity all the time there, the alleys didn't jump. The ball just kind of died in the alleys.
As I said, the biggest reason, you didn't get many pitches to hit out. They didn't hang many. They didn't throw a whole lot of fastballs for strikes. One year, 4 20-game winners on that stuff.
It was pretty amazing. That was 71. It was Palmer, Pat Dobson, Mike Cuellar, and Dave McNally. We're most likely never going to see that again. You can't say never, but I would say the odds are awfully slim. There is the big right-hander, Mr. Palmer.